All right, we're going to start things off a little differently. It's going to be a little short. I'm going to explain some things here, but today we're going to be starting from robot mode. Today we're going to be showing off how you can use the buzzworthy Bumblebee, Transformers the movie, 86, Ironhide, and Prowl. Now, this does require you to have the Earthrise Prowl, which is here, where my finger is pointing at. And if you don't have this, then, it's really not going to be easy to do what we're doing here. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if there's any third party or anything that's making like a special part or anything. Again, if they do, cool. And if I missed it, again, cool. What made me buy the set was actually, this is probably going to be our future 86 Prowl without the battle damage. And there'll probably be some tweaks, mainly with the face. And I actually like the head sculpt because he does have the Prowl crest, because the head on him is blue streak. Now, I also had my Siege head that I was going to use, but the problem with that is it's a little too big over this one. And also, you got to be careful with the 5mm post on here. And also, they didn't paint the sides of the head, but it says Prowl's head because of the crest and the 3 little lines, but it's smaller than the Siege version. The Siege version is a tad bit bigger. It does look a little weird with his face and everything. So now there are 2 ways that you can mod these figures, and I'm going to explain. The first method for Prowl is the method that I saw on Soundwave 884s, where you take the chest off, and at the end it gave me enough Warrenthal to do it. I thought I'd do it that way, but there's a easier way to do it if you don't want to do the chest thing, because we're going to talk about something. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. So I kept the screws kind of still in there because, of course, when we pause, we're going to put everything together. But all you have to do, basically, and the arms are going to come off because, they do. So, but they're held in at the friction points there. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to take the arms off a second because I really want to have this gun here because this is my chromed out gun that I had when I bought this Prowl. I hope I didn't say how. If I did, I apologize. So this is Blue Streak's head, repainted from the Blue Streak mode, of course, in white and everything. Now, I'm going to do the chest removal method. If you don't want to do the chest removal method, then what you're going to have to do is very simple. If you look back here, see this part right there? So let's say you didn't want to do that, and all you want to do is swap out the legs. Yeah, it'll be a little weird, but it's your toy. Do it how you want to do it. So instead of going through all this hassle of unscrewing everything, simply just remove this, and then you could take the legs and just swap them in the same spot on him. So basically, you could just take the legs off, put them on here if you want, and then take those legs and put them on here. And that'll give you about a 75% Prowl, but he wouldn't have the, like those highway markings there. You have the police here markings. So that's one way you can do it. That's like the easiest way. Like, it's so simple because it's not going to break. You just easily just slide it out. And if you don't like the look, you can slide it back in. But the problem is now this is where I don't like the clear plastic, is the legs being clear plastic like this. They should have been painted kind of like how they did with Blue Streak a little bit. Not Blue Streak. Oh Lord. Smokescreen. But they're not. Also, we're going to talk about clear plastic versus, these one pieces that everybody loves because they're so afraid of clear plastic. I'm not necessarily afraid of clear plastic on here. It is strong, very strong. I'm squeezing this with all of my might. And yes, I'm strong. Trust me. I am. You find out. You run up on me. But, I can't break it. So it's not going to break. But it can get cracks. I mean, that's just something that happens. And I feel like at this assembly, yes, you can get cracks. It is what it is. And, if you live in a climate where, I don't know, causes the plastic cracking, yeah, you can do that. But the option I went was the second option, and that was taking the chest off because I think I like that better. So, of course, we're going to put this back down here for a second. It's like, hey, his Prowl you got to be careful with. I know a lot of people complain, but it's just a matter of making sure everything slides in the grooves and then just put the chest plate down. Now, also, the arms will not kind of stay They do stay on him on the other one for some reason, but not on the Earthrise version. I do like the deco on the 86 version. I don't know why. I just like it, and it plus considering that we have the Autobot 5-pack, which has a similar look, I'm going to go with that. And even though the head sculpt makes him look so sad, and I get sad when I look at him, I still think that head sculpt is better than the one on the Earth here at the Ironhide. Oh, also they come with these blast effects. They're so jarring, the color. It's just, but yeah, you get these blast effects, and they're pretty cool. I mean, if you need blast effects, there you go. And you can put blast effects on the parts here, and do what you want. Now, I'm going to talk about the Ironhide. I'm going to explain. I was going to originally take all of this off so I can put his head here and the clear chest here and just leave the entire body as Ironhide, because this is where the clear plastic on this one, to me, always looks a little odd, because if you look at the legs here, you can see the clear plastic, so it kind of gives it that weird breaking up effect. But I swapped the legs on him to put it on him, because when I went to go take this out, there's a pin that won't go back in. And this pin, the way they designed it, that you have to try to screw it out. And I used all the tools I can, but at the end, it's almost like a screw, and it would not go back in, and I couldn't get it out. So I had to kind of force it out, which caused me to almost break this part. But even then, it's still held in by friction. So even if you transform it, it may come off, but you can always put it back on, and you might can put a little bit of super glue there to fix it, but it does fit without the pin. And I'm really not going to use this one anyway. And I was like, which one do you want to use? Which one do you want to keep? And I was like, definitely you still want to keep the original Studio Series. Now to get to this, and you're going to have to lift up the arms, there's going to be a screw here. You may not be able to see it. There's going to be a screw in there, a screw on the other side, here, on the other side. You have to unscrew those first. Then you're going to have to pop a wheel off, because there's a screw right there on the back behind the wheel. And you can pop the wheel off. I'll do it for you right now. Gosh, hold on. Now I don't want to come out. I had it coming out. All right, and it's not going to break. The wheel is plastic. And there's a screw there. You have to unscrew those three, and then make sure you get that pin out. And then when you pull it apart, the entire head assembly is on a post. This head is hard to take off because of the fact that they didn't give you a screw, and you do stand a chance if you rip this head off, possibly damaging it. And I tried, it didn't work out, and I didn't want to break it because I still can use this and it still works. So yeah, everything is cool. Now, the upside to this is the only part of the stripe that you're going to lose if you do this method that I use is that part right there. So basically what would happen is here in the back, if you lift this up the skirt loin, you see here the legs are on these, and you basically slide them right out. And then take these legs, and that's what I did. I slid out those legs from him, put them onto him, and then, you just slide these legs back in, and voila, you have, still have a battle damage Ironhide. And the reason why is because the majority of the striping in vehicle mode is in the legs. And basically when you see what I'm going to show you, you'll see why. You see that the majority of the striping is here. So you may miss a little bit of striping, but you might be able to, fix that if you can, might be able to do this. No, as far as Ironhide, I don't see them making any more Ironhide. So if you want to make your own custom Ironhide, because Ironhide you can buy in the store, it's available in a lot of places, and you turn around and get this set on sale, then you can probably have a better looking Ironhide if you choose to. But that's what you're going to have to do. So we're going to just go ahead and get everything screwed in. And then after that, we'll have them in vehicle modes. And it's not really going to be a final thought. It's just going to be, this is just like what I call construction. So we'll always be back in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic. I'm going really fast because I'm tired. So it took me about 30 minutes to get these two done. and 20 minutes to get these transforms because the difference in tolerances are now mixed match. We're going to start with what's important about here. So this is the 86 Ironhide, the Bumblebee Ironhide with the legs from the Studio Series 86, and you can see the little piece of stripe right there. So basically you're losing that much stripe. And of course in the front, and then the clear plastic and things like that. And then on the back. And I don't know, this thing is so, I mean, like swapping everything out and then having to transform it, it makes it almost like damn near annoying. It is bad. So but when it's all said and done, you have a lot more of the yellow stripe, and you don't have those blue clear plastic pieces sitting on top that look like sirens anymore, because now you got this, which does come together just as bad and horribly, but this time now this looks a little more uniform with the little nubs on top that they left, of course, but it does look a lot better. Even though you're missing a piece of stripe at the front, you still have more stripe than you have before. And I think by swapping out the legs, and even though you have blue, plastic here, you still, to me, it looks better when you got the little clear plastic in the front. It actually makes this thing look nice. I kind of like it, even though the tolerances on the Studio Series, on the BB86 one, is annoying. Then we're going to look at the newly designed Prowl here. And like I said, I'm going to paint those sides and a little bit of the top so it doesn't look like his head was 3D printed, but he still has that I'm dying look. And then of course over here you have the, like stoic look, like that ain't hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I like the way he looks now with the new chest. Then this one, I just think this one looks cool, even though the head sculpt, like I said, looks weird. I just think this looks better. Then we'll get this in car mode, and then we'll wrap everything up. 2 and 2. All right, and we're back by YouTube Magic, and here are my final thoughts. I don't like the set, and I'll explain why. It doesn't come with enough for me to buy it. You make, let's say for example, Target does the 4-packs, and with the last set of 4-packs they made, starting with the Creatures Collide, starting with the Creatures Collide. What was the next one? The 4-pack with like the Auto Trooper, like the Soldier 4-pack with the Seeker and all. I forgot the name of it. They all came with extra heads and extra parts, mainly extra heads, which was a cool thing. To me, they should have gave us a way to swap these parts out, and you could have by not having a pin here. Because like I said, the pin here is the culprit, because if you had a way to swap out the chest, you would have like a decent, like just give us that swap out part here. That would have been cool. That would have been worth $60. Same thing with this, because this part can come out, make it so you could take it out and then put in like the correct piece, and you would have had like a perfect Prowl. Even be able to swap the heads a little bit. That would have been cool. The head swap and maybe the chest here and this part here. That would have made it a great set. But they didn't. So a lot of times, and everybody does surgery, and when you do these surgeries, the tolerances just don't line quite up. I am happy with how he looks, even though the face is so scary. But I still like the clear plastic on him because it makes him look good. And of course, like I say, I painted my rims. He rolls better. This one, not so much. And both of them are transformed correctly. As far as the Ironhide, both of them roll pretty good, but actually this one rolls a lot better. Overall, I think if you buy this set, you're buying this just, because you like the nostalgia. I bought this set to swap parts, and that's it. So I'm done. There's not really any review. That's the backdrop. It kind of saddens me to see the backdrop there, so I'm just going to move it like that. But if you have the Prowl, you definitely can swap it out. It is a pain in the ass, and it doesn't quite line up. So we basically, what I'm going to tell you is this. If you have any, you want to do it, fine. If you don't do it. I would just wait for Hasbro to make that Studio Series 86 Prowl and call it a day. We're probably done with Ironhide because this is already Studio Series 86, and of course this is BB86. So, if you ask me, the swap out kind of makes this look a lot better. I can forego that little extra stripe there. So this is not really a review. This is me doing some stuff and just saying which one I like and which one I don't like, and I'm done. This is the end of whatever this is. Super Robot Ed, bringing more news and reviews. Till then, we'll see you soon. Bye bye.